Hello, I'm Dinah Menezes. I'm one of the OET tutors working at the Medcity International Academy. I'm here today in order to explain you regarding the strategies for Listening 2.0 module of OET. So, previously it has been already said like what are the changes in the OET. Now, as we're discussing about the nursing in particular, let me just give you a few strategies for listening part. So we have got the part A, the part B and the part C in listening. The part A is not like previous where you will write everything that you listen. Now the part A is something that was previously like the part B session of the listening, where you have to only write a specific word. The word which basically sits at that particular gap. So here you're required to give a lot of concentration and you have to wait for that particular word to approach. Now the part A is nothing but the conversation between the medical professional and his or her patient. So one thing that you have to notice is that there will be a beep, and after the beep the recording starts, and they will be giving you a gap in order to read. Now the first gap is given to you from 1 to 12 and the other gap is given to you from 13 to 24 questions. You should always notice that what the question is given to you is nothing but the note-taking form of yours when you're collecting the history of the patient. So, therefore, it is really very important to focus only on the patient's conversation and not on the professional's conversation. The professional will be asking a few questions, and the information that is given by the patient is written down by the profession, which is nothing but the question of yours. You can see that he has written in detail, like for instance, like in short, patient works as medical history. This is a similar pattern how we collect the history from our particular patient. So that word should be the focus. Now, moving to the further part B and part C, it's nothing but the MCQs. Here, the main trick or the main strategy that you have to note is that the professional speaks about something, and this part, as we know that the part B is the conversation between two medical professionals. So here the professionals are talking to each other, but they are talking in such a way that the conversation, when it's placed as an option, is totally paraphrased in order to confuse you. So when the MCQs are given to you, especially in the part B, you have got a lot of time in order to read each question in detail and each option in detail. So you should utilize this time in order to highlight things. For example, in the first question where you hear a dietitian talking to a patient, what is she doing? Just mark she doing. And then you just require to highlight the option correcting misconception, obesity, describing between obesity and other diseases, stressing, positive strategy, weight loss. If you do these things when the conversation is going on, it will be really very easy for you to understand what did the professional actually talk about. But be careful, because what the professional really speaks is paraphrased into a different sentence and placed as your option. I would say that it is really very easy for you to score in the part A and part B of listening, where you have given sufficient time in order to read the questions in detail. But when you're approaching the part C is quite very tricky, because they are not giving you a particular time in order to read the whole thing. So here you should follow the same strategies as I said you in the part B, where you just highlight things when they give you the first few seconds in order to read the whole thing. It's really very important to highlight the things, just to highlight like what it is actually talking about, so that when the conversation is going on, it will be really very easy for you to understand and to note down that which is the correct answer for your particular question. Now at the last, when they give you the time in order to change or in order to read or like the options that you have ticked for, basically don't go for the multiple choice questions to change your answers, because you will not be remembering the options. So I would say that it would be better if you go back to the part A and check your answers properly. Now the other thing is that you have to develop a lot of concentration for this. Now priorly it was only the Australian accent that you would encounter, but now because of the part B, where you encounter different professionals of different countries who have entered Australia and working there, you may also encounter different accents like the American accent, the Australian accent, the African accent, a Filipino's accent, and there will be n number of accents. So therefore I would give you another suggestion: keep on listening to English, because listening to English is the key part in order to score good. So that's all for now, and for further details you can contact us. We will be always here to help you. Thank you.